We're using this model of a plumber block to illustrate sectioning. The plumber block itself consists of the main body, housing cap, the bearing itself, which is in two halves. This is made of brass, a metal little rub away with the steel, so it won't actually wear away the main shaft that's rotating in it. It's held together, the whole assembly is held together by these two bolts. Grease is pumped down the centre to lubricate the moving parts. To show the internal detail, we take a cutting plane right through the centre. We cut through that way because it shows more detail than cutting along in that direction. Okay, we really only need to take away half of the front section, because this part is symmetrical with this side of the bearing, so we can get the benefit of an internal view and an external view on the same drawing. Taking away that corner of that quarter of the model now, and we can see the sectioning lines which would be shown on a drawing. You can imagine these as saw cut lines, if you like, except that they're going in different directions on each of the components. This is to show that they are different components. The main bearing itself is not sectioned because this is classed as a thin part, and it's just shaded in solid, as we've got on this drawing, figure 138 in boundy. Here we've just got a washer here that's obviously a thin component, and that's shaded in solid. When you have several thin components together, we artificially introduce air gaps between them all so you can visualize the different components. A bolt is one of the exceptions to the rule, which are discussed later in the notes, and is not sectioned longitudinally. It's just superimposed on top of the two components like that. If we now move to Boundy's figure 149 over here, you see a similar component, and there are a few points I'd like to make about the drawing. One is that the cutting plane goes right the way through the component, even though you're only looking at a half of the section. On the half section view, the internal part of it and separated from the external part of it only by a centre line, and the title half section on AA is shown centrally below that view, not just on the half of it that's sectioned.